Chinese chipmaker most people never heard of is raising $8.5 billion. Here's why it matters. That company is CXMT, China's biggest maker of DRAM. DRAM is the working memory inside phones, PCs, and AI servers. Without it, nothing thinks.
Here's the cute part. Every bit of DRAM is basically a tiny bucket of electricity. One switch opens, charge flows in, and that charge is your 1 or 0.
But those buckets leak, so the chip has to refill them again and again. That is why it is called dynamic memory. Refresh or forget.
Building this at scale is insanely hard. For decades, only 3 companies really survived: Samsung, SK Hynix, and Micron. Then Hefei China built a 4th. CXMT went from roughly 3% of the market to about 8% in a year. That is a rocket climb.
The tech spark came from a surprising place. Patents from Qimonda, a German DRAM giant that went bankrupt. CXMT licensed that know-how and started climbing.
Their secret sauce is a buried word line. It shrinks the memory cell, packs more bits, and helps charge hang on longer. Density wins.
Today, they ship DDR4, DDR5, and low-power phone memory. That is the cash cow. Fancy AI memory called HBM is still early for them.
Why now? AI is eating memory like candy. Data center racks need mountains of DRAM and HBM, and supply cannot keep up. So prices exploded. In early 2026, CXMT's average selling price jumped around 57% in one quarter, while bit shipments rose only about 11%. Price, not volume, printed the profits. The whole DRAM market surged about 80% quarter over quarter. That is a once-in-a-generation squeeze. Into that storm walks the IPO. Offer price, 8.66 yuan. Raise about $8.5 billion. Valuation around $85 billion. Retail investors piled in at about 212 times oversubscribed. Getting shares was like winning a lottery.
Most of the money goes to more wafer lines and process upgrades, not a giant HBM war chest. The prospectus keeps HBM quiet as a named project.
So who sits in this gravity well? Quick reminder, this is education, not financial advice.
The giants are still Samsung, SK Hynix, and Micron. They own most of the market and almost all of the advanced HBM.
In China, equipment names like Nora, AMEC, and Piotech can benefit when local fabs buy more domestic tools. Localization is the theme.
And watch ASML China still buys a lot of deep ultraviolet tools. Policy risk can swing that story fast. Geopolitics is messy. CXMT is on a US defense watch list, but not on the stricter commerce entity list. That gap matters for tool access.
Congress has a bill called the Match Act that would tighten DUV exports. It is proposed, not passed. Stamp it mentally as maybe, not done.
Remember 2 truths? Self-reliance is not the same as technology parity, and a memory supercycle is not a permanent moat.
This video is for learning only. Numbers can change, markets swing, and nothing here is a buy or sell call. Always do your own research.
If this made chips click, hit like and subscribe, and tell me in the comments which tech we should unpack next. Thanks for watching!